factor is hard to protect against.
See 49er teammates during their San Francisco time. Similar physical style. 3rd and 8. Mariota throwing to the sideline. They're held in. Let's see. Jalen Lane. Nope. Lane going up for it. Got it broken up. Riley Moss, who has been thrown at.
A lot of really good stuff about this one for Riley Moss. So many pass interference calls this year. Look at him. That time he got his head back around, didn't commit the foul, went back, split the ball between the hands of the receiver. Perfectly done by Riley Moss. And, you know, those 3 guys had to come in and replace him. They went 3-0 without him, which was key.
They more than held the fort. Tressway is one of the best kickers in the NFL. Mims coming over to get it, makes the fair catch at the 10-yard line. So after 3 first downs, Washington has to kick it away. Broncos have it. Goes to Washington Monument. Second drive from the 11-yard line. Jaleel McLaughlin's the back. Nix is on the move, pumps it, and now gets rid of it. Nothing to do. And as Chris told you in that opening drive, this guy doesn't take sacks. It's one of the things taught from his dad, Patrick Nix, the Auburn quarterback in the mid-90s. You know, when your dad's a coach and a quarterback at a high hands. You can't take a sack. Priority 1. Blocked it inside. No gain there. That Washington Commander defense rallies to the ball. I was talking to Bo a little bit on the field before the game. He was telling us about his dad and their high school state playoff court. He's a head end. It's family business, and they talk about it all the time.
It is a family business, no question, and you can tell it's helped him.
Yeah.
You know, it really has.
Tyler Bidet is next to him. He's facing 3rd and 9. Washington peeling off their 5-man rush. See how far Bidet, the back, can go. Not far enough. He stopped shy of the first down. Noah Igbenogany, 60-year man out of Auburn.
Right here was an option for a first down. Sometimes you just have to go through those sort of reads. Even though you know you're going to come down, that was an opportunity for that to be a first down to keep the drive alive.
Jeremy Crawshaw, Aussie, rookie out of Florida. Set to punt. Jalen Lane awaits. Fair catch signal made, 41-yarder. Washington will have it at their own 42. Just under 3 left here in the opening frame. 3-0 Broncos with an opening through that defense for a first down at the Denver 47.
I tell you, it is not often you see somebody break off a run like that, especially with some of these new formations that they're throwing out here. Mike, we're seeing a lot of sort of trips, overload to one side of the defense, and then they're kind of cutting the opposite way against it. The last time it was just the opposite sort of setup. But true to their word, Washington really has stayed committed to this run, and even strength of this Denver defense get hold.
So it was a first down. They moved the chains, and then you saw Lan Clark say timeout, stop, as they saw upstairs. He did not make it. 1 coming up, and the clock restarts and back to work.
Not necessarily a bad thing to have a 2nd and 1.
Fake it to Rodriguez, and Mariota throws deflected in the middle and incomplete. We talked about Singleton, the captain, back there with a hand up to deflect it.
It's hard to imagine everything.
After the testicular cancer diagnosis, Mariota with the keeper, and he's got a first down. Let's go back down to Melissa for more.
Yeah, so Alex Singleton is on the back end of what he called the weirdest 3 weeks of his life. He failed that random drug test, thought he was going to be suspended. He had elevated testosterone levels, which can be an indication of testicular cancer, and that's what he had. I'll tell you more after this.
Yep, Mariota, Ertz on the run to the 37-yard line, so Washington getting the job done on this drive. Melissa, go ahead.
So his first question, the answer was yes. The next was, can I still play football? He played the Thursday night game against the Raiders after receiving the diagnosis. He didn't even tell his teammates. Then he had surgery the next day to remove the mass. Tests revealed the cancer didn't spread throughout his body, won't need chemo or radiation. He is so thankful to have caught and treated the cancer when they did.
And that's the key. The detection just happened because of the random drug test from the league. Remarkable story. Fortunate timing, and great to see him back out there. That's Hufanga from his safety spot, slamming down Chris Rodriguez. Chris, we saw a lot of Hufanga make plays like that during his time in San Francisco.
I mean, can you seriously not think of Troy Polamalu when you see the hair flowing and making plays in the backfield like that? I mean, for me, it's very hard to not reimagine. He is just fired up and played. That element between Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw has just added something to this defense emotionally that I don't think they had.
49er teammates added in free agency this year. George Payton, the GM. Inside pass by Mariota is incomplete. On the inside, try to slide it in there to Zach Ertz.
Mariota is getting rid of the football so fast that Denver is kind of backing off their blitz a little bit. They're even dropping some of those defensive linemen now back into coverage, give them the opportunity.
Washington continued, Chris, to keep this pace going. Trying to get things moving quickly against this Denver defense. Love these situations. 3rd and 12, and you see a run, this time spinning run by Jeremy McNichols for the first down. So 3rd and 12, and they keep it on the ground with McNichols, the third.
The trap gets there just in time, and Hufanga barely misses a TFL right at the line of scrimmage. So he is disrupting, but that time they escape for a huge first down.
The Washington offense has looked good so far during the holidays as well. We appreciate you all. Honored to be a part of the team. Chris Rodriguez, inside run to the 19-yard line. Gain of 4. So, Chris, you mentioned it earlier. What are they thinking about doing to this defense that, as we said before, is one of the best?
And it is hard to come up with a scheme that's going to protect the quarterback against all of that.
Jump pass, Mariota intercepted. Down the sideline, Greenlaw's got it. Greenlaw to the 34-yard line. So they moved it down there well. Mariota was in position to try to make a play. Ill-advised jump pass is picked by the veteran Dre Greenlaw. As Jaden Daniels watches.
But this was really unsmart. He's going to run up, jump up in the air, have no vision where he threw the ball whatsoever, and throw it right into the hands of Greenlaw. That is just, you cannot even.
Official at the end of the Giants game. This team is so happy to have him back next to Singleton at that linebacker spot. Comes up with the pick, gives the Broncos the ball at the 34, and R.J. Harvey to work as he is slung down after the gain of Deron Payne, who was coming off his one-game suspension for an on-field altercation with Amon-Ra St. Brown of Detroit. He makes the tackle.
Yeah, and we have seen when Deron Payne is fired up and ready to go, he can be very tough.
Harvey left. Needed 7, got 6, it'll be 3rd and 1. Go ahead.
So the biggest thing, remember we were here a while back and we just kept seeing them get beat in man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, 4 points. Dan Quinn took the play calling over on defense. They played Miami in Madrid. They were solid in that game. Adam Prentice, the fullback, bowls forward for the first down for Denver to the 46-yard line. Yeah, they played Detroit, and Dan Campbell had taken over the play calling for the Lions offense, and after getting torched, Dan Quinn's like, all right, maybe I'll do that as well. So he jumped in. Joe Wood still the.
Like, let's not make mass substitutions. Let's keep it simple out there.
Hicks pulls it incomplete off the hands of Evan Ingram. Targeted a couple of times here tonight. They've been off, and Bo Nix has opened 4 of 10 in this one.
I mean, that is their bread and butter play right there. I've seen that play, I feel like 1,000 times already. Can't hit that one.
2nd and 10. Nix looking to take off. Will slide as he gets to Washington territory. Mark him at the 49. 3rd and 5 coming up. He runs about, give or take, 5 times a game.
He does, but the reason that I think he's had a lot of success with his movement within the pocket is he runs right at the middle linebacker. And so that linebacker now is going to have to react in some way, and usually when the defense is in the middle of the field.
Von Miller, 24, bottom of the screen, 3rd and 5. Camp now to throw is complete. Slide down. Check that mark on Franklin. Looks to be short. In fact, is marked. Shy of the 45. RJ Harvey in the back. Gonna throw. Nix got it to the tight end. Good move by Troutman. Stays on his feet. Adam Troutman has a Denver first down at the 23-yard line. 22 on the game.
Allow him to get across the face of Igbinoghene and come up with that big play there. They're so well coached, and the play calling is so good. And when they execute it the right way. Sean Payton's been doing this a long time. Sure has. Washington Superdome and the city reopened after Hurricane Katrina, and a magical run began. Inside run, Harvey to the 20-yard line, gain of 3. Chris, one of his big influences, Bill Parcells. It's kind of interesting. Sean Payton, Mr. Offense with Drew Brees and the Saints. He's evolved to more Parcellian as he gets older here. Yeah, and he knows how to push buttons on. He fixes it, and it's on him, and it's over. And he said, I could coach a long time right here. There is Nix, everything covered downfield. The outlet is Harvey in the back. Shoulder now took a big hit, but he's going to be marked for the first down at the 12-yard line. Jeremy Reeves. Got to start getting him playoff ready. Test him, see what he can do down here. He's got Evan Ingram at the top. Portland Sutton's always a target down here. Nix, everything's covered, trying to get away. Does for now, and he tried to get rid of it. It was off of Frankie Louvu. It looked to be an incomplete pass, and that is the correct call. He definitely threw it. You can understand. Bell, it doesn't matter how many games you win, if you make the playoffs, none of that stuff. What matters is, do you have a chance to win the Super Bowl? And in order for the Broncos and to have a chance, that is Nix's opportunity to learn. So Frankie Louvu coming in, the helmet-to-helmet contact. He's going for Nix's midsection. Nix is falling down, and he gets him helmet-to-helmet. No call. Here's Lutz. Made a 33. Made another 33. Denver. And about halfway through the second quarter, the Broncos. The 9 coming up during our coverage on Tuesday night. This kickoff will be returned. Deebo Samuel taking a shot at it. And Samuel gets right around the 30-yard line. And that's where this Washington offense, Mariota will take over. Washington came in with a plan. They were going to run the ball and throw it quickly. Look at that, 1.65 seconds. You can barely catch it and throw it any faster than that. Great job. Right on plan. Everything is just going great. And then no. And the game is keep it close. Let's 3 at this point. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who was the starter for a good while, is back in the lineup. Runs hard and gets close to the 34-yard line. Rookie out of Arizona. Last of the 25 running backs taken in this year's draft. Yeah, and the one great thing about competition going, right? You see these guys running as hard as they possibly can on every single touch of the football, and they're right back to the plan that's been working. They just had the one negative. This guy was rolling for a while. He was twice the rookie of the week in the NFC. Breaking off runs like that. Across the 46-yard line. The guy whose nickname is Bill has a first down for Washington. You're going to watch right here. Malcolm Roach is going to try and work his way over the top so hard that he kind of worked his way out and gave up a bit of a run there. Mariota got rid of it. That was backwards. Yeah. Yes, it was. And a good job by John Bates to fall on it. And that will be back at the 39-yard line and a loss of 8. You understood what he was doing, right? That was almost unfortunate play number 2. This Von going to the Rams at that time. One of the picks ended up being the pick used to take Benito. Boy, has he been good. Deebo Samuel brought down by Jaquan McMillan. Shy of the 45, so it's going to be 3rd and long coming up for Washington. Under 6 minutes till halftime. How about Jaquan McMillan? What a game he had against the Kansas City Chiefs. That was incredible. 2 of his 3 sacks on the year. Back spot. And a huge part of this very successful defense.
3rd and a dozen. Broncos bring 3, cover with 8. So number 8 takes off. Mariota gets there, first down.
Pass rush type situation. You can see how much space it creates on the outside for Mariota with that 3-man rush. You just have to sort of stay in your lanes. You can't open that up.
3 rushes, 14 yards. 7 of 11 passing tonight. Going to keep this out right to the edge. He's going to lose yardage. Could not run away from Q Robinson. A rookie out of Alabama, picked in the 4th round, showing his edge rushing speed.
Well, the problem is, Mike, you're reading a guy. You're leaving he outruns you to the corner. It wasn't that it was a bad read. Q Robinson was just sitting out there and waiting, and he kind of got fooled, and he just caught up.
Both teams going super quick. Very few huddles. Keeping the tempo going offensively. Let's play 51 of this first half. Mariota lofting. Ertz got it. Zach Ertz, 22-yard line. Gain of 22. First down, Washington.